Hey everybody, this is Q&A video number 16. Make sure to keep asking questions. Doesn't matter what they're about, they can be about anything. And actually, I need a lot of questions. Why? Because I get so few questions in between videos that there's such a gap in there that I want to do more Q&As. Therefore, I'm going to limit these to 5 questions now when I actually make the videos. So, sorry if you wanted me to go over 10 at a time, but I'm going to do 5 from now on. I think this will be easier for me, and it'll be easier for you guys too, so I don't get to rambling too much. But anyway, make sure you keep asking questions. I need some for the next one and for beyond. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with a question from MrSharpShape. Hey Terminator, how do you feel about how Valve is handling the release of new Half-Life games, such as Black Mesa Source? That's actually not a game, it's a mod. Half-Life 2 Episode 3 and Half-Life 3. Do you feel they'll become vaporware or will actually get released? Well, they're going to get released. I mean, Black Mesa Source, maybe not. As for Half-Life 2 Episode 3 or Half-Life 3, we don't really know what it's going to be at this point. It may be the episode. If it is the episode, then they have taken their sweet time making it. So I get the feeling it's going to be a full new game as opposed to just an episode. But it is going to get released eventually. We all know that. And especially considering that they're making a new Counter-Strike game for 2012, yeah, I'd say it's going to happen eventually. Probably when the next gen of consoles comes out, actually, which isn't too far off, so we'll have to stay tuned for that. But as for how they handle the releases, terribly. They've done a horrible job with the episodic content feature. That there was like a year and a half to 2 years of development between episodes 1 and 2 of Half-Life 2, and that was just ridiculous and didn't justify it at all. But somebody will correct me on that, I'm sure. I'm not exactly sure 100% of how long that development time was, but it was pretty ridiculous. So they're handling it very badly, but it will come out eventually. As for Black Mesa Source, I can't really say anything about that. The last time I checked on it was like 2 or 3 years ago, so there you go. Next one's from Alarama1. I don't know if this was asked before on any of your Q&As, but here's one for you. Have you ever created a game, mod, text adventure, anything that has to do with video games? If yes, tell us about it. If not, have you ever considered doing it? And what kind of game or mod would it be? I believe somebody's asked me about mods before. I have tried developing a Neverwinter Nights mod, and it didn't turn out very well, mostly because I managed to lose the files, and it never got finished. I got a decent amount of progress on it, but I was really going for a huge world with that one. And it just kind of eventually stalled, and I'm like, okay, I'll shelve it for now and come back to it later. I come back, and I'm like, oh, look, there's this stuff in here. Oh, wait, it's all corrupted. Damn. So, it's never going to see the light of day, unfortunately, but I was working on that. I'm also trying to work on actually developing my own game, and that's going to be... I'm trying to work on a 2D role-playing game engine, and I'm running into a lot of snags with that just from a coding standpoint. If you think that making a game is easy, then you are extremely mistaken. It is actually very difficult. And as far as programming goes, it's one of the hardest things you can do. I mean, you may think, oh, well, making calculus programs and all that. No. It's games. Because you have to work on so many different variables and so many different little bits and pieces here and there. You got to do graphics, you got to do all this internal stuff, and if you're doing a role-playing game, then you have all sorts of stuff behind the scenes. It's equations on developing attack rolls and defense rolls and everything. It's crazy the amount of stuff that goes into a game development. So it's going to take me a while to actually get this done, especially since I don't have a heck of a lot of time to work on it all the time. But I plan on getting it done eventually, and when I get closer to a finishable product, then I will let you guys know about it, because right now I don't really know what I'm doing. I haven't really put together what I'm actually going to make if I finish my engine. Right now I'm just trying to get the engine done itself so I can then focus on actually developing a game therein. But yeah, I am working on it, and we'll see how it goes. Next one is from ItzRedsnow. Do you play demos of games, or do you wait for the finished version of the game, like me? Well, it depends on the game. If it has a demo, that's readily available and easy to use and all that, then I'll probably try it out. Or if I'm really skeptical on it and it has a demo, then I'll play that. If it doesn't have a demo, then I have to wait for the full release, and that's what ends up happening most of the time these days, and it really irritates me. And then there's some games like Mass Effect 3 where I'm trying to avoid spoilers for them, and as a result don't want to play the demo and just don't do it. And plus with Mass Effect 3 I don't want to put up with Origin any more than I absolutely have to. So, yeah, that's kind of a problem. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. It's just, like I said, it depends on the demo. That's why you don't see a lot of MTOs on demos these days, because I don't really go over them all that much. Next one is from Omega Wolf Studios. What about the indie elitists who think that all mainstream games are, and I quote, money-grabbing, evil, retarded, inferior, shitty, uncultured sellouts, and they only play indie games? No matter how similar they become. I mean, really, how many retro-themed 2D platformer adventure games have we seen? Way too many. Oh, man. Seems like every indie game has to be a 2D side-scroller, and it just drives me nuts when that happens. Because I don't want to play nothing but 2D side-scrollers from the indie market. I want all sorts of variety from it. I expect the indie market to be this safe haven for new ideas, for interesting game concepts. But no, we get stuff like Braid all the frickin' time. Oh, it's bad. But I think those people who think mainstream games are just crap by nature of being mainstream, they need to get that broom handle out of their asses, because it really is just a matter of being a hipster. Nobody likes hipsters except for even hipsters don't like other hipsters, so nobody likes hipsters. And for good reason, because they're just jackasses. So if you're being a jackass and you're saying, oh, well, mainstream games suck because they're mainstream, then you need to just go off and, I don't know, just chill out or something. You need to get that stick out of your ass, because there's something wrong with you. But, seriously, if you're saying that and you're looking at indie games and saying, oh, these are amazing, and all you're playing is stuff like Revenge of the Titans or other tower defense games, because there's an absolutely absurd amount of tower defense and 2D platformers in the indie market. And if that's all you're playing, then I guess if you like that, that's fine. But seriously, and if you sit there and say, oh, this stuff is amazing and all completely original, but the mainstream market, that's all crap and money grubbing and totally unoriginal, then you really need to just have a dose of reality. Anyway, on to the last question from King Pluto Zhao 1. I hope I pronounced that right. Do you think you'll become a YouTube partner one day and get paid? Well, no, I don't, actually. It'd be nice, but the thing is, they introduced that copyright system, and it's kind of a pain. So, and the way copyright law is going right now, it's pretty ridiculous, the amount of crap that goes on. So, I think that's the main reason why I wouldn't become a partner. But other than that, I just don't necessarily think it would be that useful, because if I were to get paid by YouTube, then it would be a couple of cents per ad watched, and so I really wouldn't get all that much from it. I may be able to cover the cost of the channel, but that's about it. Wouldn't really go anywhere. So, would I like to get paid by YouTube? That'd be nice, and it would be nice to be having an extra source of income, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. And to be honest with you, that doesn't really bother me, because I just do these videos because I like to do them. I don't feel like I need to get paid for them. I just like doing them. And yes, that means I put up with immense amounts of abuse from all you users, because I like doing this stuff. So, yeah, think about that. Anyway, that's all I've got for Q&A 16. Like I said, I need questions, especially for Q&A 17. So, ask me whatever. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in later videos.